We live, man. We live. What's going on, everybody? This is Dennis Smith, the alternate timeline. Welcome back. This is a Sunday live session, an MCU Sunday live session. I got my man Jalen with me, aka JMarvelous. How are we doing today, man?
I'm fantastic, man.
Fantastic.
It's a beautiful Sunday.
It is a beautiful Sunday. Yep, the sun is shining outside here in Cincinnati. Where you at? You're in like Indiana, right?
Yeah, I'm in Fort Wayne. I'm a few hours.
Gotcha. It's sunny out there too, right? I'm sure you're kind of
Yeah, it's hot. It's real hot over here.
nice. Gotcha. Yeah, man. It's been a while since I've done a Sunday live session, and I kind of want to get back to doing it. So this trying to hopefully make this a regular thing, man. Get you on, talk some of the state of the MCU and kind of stuff like that. So I think that would be kind of dope. I think that'd be kind of dope if we can make this a regular. But yeah, man.
Sure, man.
For sure. Super smash that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Hit us up on the socials at the alt time on Twitter, X, or however you want to call it, and and Instagram. Got all kind of cool things going on, special prizes and giveaways usually almost every week. So definitely hit us up on that. Hit me up on the Discord too. Got big things planned for the Discord too. Once that gets built out, hoping to grow that out soon too. So definitely hit us up for sure. And you got plug in your socials, man. Go ahead and plug you in.
So my Twitter /X is just JMarvelous927.
Yeah.
That's really the only social I have, and then my YouTube channel is also JMarvelous927. Exactly how you see it on the Streamlabs. So
Right.
just make sure you hit me up on there, man, because I'm definitely getting back into things.
Right. Yeah, that was my next question, man, because I know you've been kind of busy lately. I know you started your stuff, and I was definitely like excited. You're doing some unboxing and putting up your like collectibles and stuff like that, showing them off, and I was excited to see what you had going on. And plus, you also were talking Marvel too, so you had a whole good thing going on your channel, I believe. And so yeah, kind of where are you with all the whole content creation now?
Man, it was so those videos that I posted that you saw, man, literally were in my closet at my parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
So I started that, and I've always wanted to do YouTube, you know.
Right.
I started kind of in a awkward spot. Me and my girlfriend were looking for a place and getting a new job and everything, just kind of switching over to a new, we just opened a new chapter in our journey. So
yeah,
just used to a new phase. But now that I have the actual space to do things and I'm making enough money to buy the products to create the content that I want to create. So
right.
Get back into things here the next week or so.
Right. So you're like, so what are you like buying the equipment and stuff still, kind of like that?
Yeah, buying the equipment. I want to do like more Hot Toys reviews, and those
Yeah.
$250 a pop. So
The 250, like you said $250 a pop?
Yeah, man.
The Hot Toys?
Man. Yeah, my Moon Knight was I think $350.
Yeah. So you just moved to a new place though, but you don't have much set up yet?
I mean kind of like I have this stuff and then I have some stuff.
Okay. Let me see that Moon Knight thing, man, because that's Moon Knight goes hard.
Dude, this thing is beautiful.
Nah, that goes hard.
I don't regret a single dollar. Yeah. I love that thing.
Big Moon Knight guy. I know you're a big Moon Knight guy, and that, when that series was coming out, I was getting hit to the comics, so that like made me a big Moon Knight person. I want to know more about it. I want to see more Moon Knight.
Oh man,
hopefully,
yeah.
That'd be nice.
Personality we haven't seen.
No, for sure.
We better, man. We better.
For sure. Hopefully, they can get Oscar Isaac to do more stuff with the Moon Knight. I'm sure he'd want to explore more of it.
Yeah, I think he likes playing the character.
Yeah, but he's a busy man, obviously. I mean, he's a busy man. Yeah. So Spider-Man 2099. He's a big. I think
he was that good of an actor, man.
Yeah, he's a wanted guy, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool, man. That's cool, man. I hope obviously nothing but the best for you and your channel and stuff, and obviously,
likewise, man.
Yeah, man. And definitely, I mean, hopefully I can get you back up on here doing some of these live streams with me too, just talking to MCU, so people can get to know you and all that. So, yeah, just kind of going back over, how I met you was like during a live stream. I believe it was during a live stream. You were kind of in the chat and you was dropping bars on people. So I was like, yes, this guy know what he's talking about, and I'm like, let me connect with him. And we started making some content. We have a recorded session as well, a TAT episode that I got you on. I think, is this the second time I've had you on now?
Yeah, yes, number two.
Number two. So yeah, no, I've been trying to get you on. I've been in the midst of the move and getting the equipment ready, and just got a new laptop and stuff. So now I'm like ready to go. So like now I can hopefully get you back on more and more. So
I'm down.
Yeah, man. And that's kind of like another thing that I was trying to, with the Discord, that's about to happen. I'm open to collabing with a lot of people, right? Because collaboration is my favorite part of doing this whole content creation thing. So, just like how I met you in the live streams, and then now, like, boom, you're on another live stream here with me. So, just opportunities is there for a lot of, people to just be creators, man. I think a lot of people got things to say. So, I just like to give people a platform or something like that. But
yeah, man, it's most people, they just have to get over the fear of that's the biggest thing, man.
That's it.
That's the biggest thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I was watching one content creator talk to another content creator. He was interviewing another one that was booming at the time, and he asked him just like, "How'd you start?" Right? And he's just like, "Man, he picked up, he moved, and just bought everything and just did it. You just kind of have to green light yourself. And just be on go and just start. That's the best advice, and that's kind of how I started mine. After that interview, that one sat with me, and I'm like, all right, just do it. Don't even know what exactly it's going to lead to, but just do it. So I encourage a lot of people to just get out there and start something at least,
Yeah, there's never going to be, because I was that way in my head, there's never going to be a perfect time to start. You just have to start.
Just got to start. There you go.
Just got to start.
Gotcha. So yeah, man, this is an MCU thing here that we do. I know you're an MCU guy. Here at TAT, we cover like gaming, anime, superheroes, and then like some fantasy stuff, so like Star Wars and stuff too. Are you big into gaming and anime and stuff like that, or are you just mostly like the superhero thing?
I am big into gaming. I got one foot in anime, kind of. Okay. There's just so much that I want to watch, but with this writer strike and actor strike,
that is true.
Yeah,
that is true. Yeah, man. So I think when I have you on, it's gonna be mostly like MCU kind of related stuff, because I know your mind works like that too. Like you get your theories going and stuff like that. You're like, can't stop.
Yeah, man.
I guess I got a couple things on the list we can talk about for sure. I know I haven't talked to you since, what was the last thing we talked about, if you don't remember? We didn't talk about what was it, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania? Did we talk about that? I know we missed Guardians and we missed Secret Invasion for sure.
That was that in April? I think no, we talked about Quantumania.
We talked about Quantumania.
Yeah, I remember your thoughts on Quantumania. We talked about Quantumania because I think our collab was end of April, so we definitely missed Guardians. We definitely missed Secret Invasion.
Got you. So I'm gonna let you have the floor on your thoughts on Guardians and Secret Invasion. You can go ahead, man, because I know we missed that conversation.
I don't know which one. I don't know which one to start with, man. The bad news first or the good news first?
hit us with the bad, and then we can go good after that.
Oh man. Okay, so you already know where I'm going with this. Secret Invasion, man. That show. The first episode, I'm excited. The build up, I'm excited. And then I don't know what happened, man. I really don't know what. It's like it's undercooked. It's missing something. I'm not
It's
sure what.
undercooked.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
what is. It's just something is just not finished about that show. Like, I don't
Uh,
know what. But I'm usually like I love She-Hulk. That
yeah,
tells you how I am about the MCU. Most people don't like that show. I love She-Hulk, but Secret
yeah.
Invasion, they definitely missed the mark with Secret Invasion.
Mm. So you
Maybe I did it myself
so you're a She-Hulk
because
lover.
I think She-Hulk is one of the most rewatchable MCU series.
Most
Just quick
what?
fun. You said what?
You said most what? MCU
I
series?
think it's one of the most rewatchable. Like it's
Oh,
easy to
okay.
rewatch.
I might need to watch it a
It's
second
limited
time.
episodes. Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't know if I did it to myself because, like we talked about on our last collab,
Yeah.
I read the Secret Invasion event leading
Yeah.
up to the show.
Uh,
So
yeah. I think
I
they.
think you're much better off reading the event than watching the
Yeah.
show.
They remember they told their creators not to even read
Not to
that.
even look at the
Don't
comments.
even look at the comics. So because it's gonna be totally different.
Oh
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
I don't yeah.
They did their own
That
thing.
one.
Now I got a question for you because I was throwing some of these questions at my guy Jam. Like now, if they were to change the title and call it something else, not Secret Invasion, so we don't even like make that connection to the comics, do you feel any differently towards the series?
That's a damn good question. I think I would like it a bit. I think I would like it a bit
A little
more.
bit more,
Them
right?
calling it Secret Invasion, them announcing it in what 2019 at
Yeah,
D23.
yeah,
We don't hear anything about it. It's just but there's all these heavy hitters like Olivia Colman, Samuel Jackson. Like I think
yeah,
if it was just I don't know some set spy thriller whatever just in its own corner, I
yeah.
think it would like. But
Mm,
them calling it Secret Invasion to get people to watch it, I think is what is getting
mm.
me because it's not really Secret Invasion. Like Secret Invasion should be a saga. If you're asking, it should be
Yeah,
its
yeah.
own
That's yeah. It should
saga.
be a whole saga for sure, for sure.
Not 6 episodes, but yeah.
Yeah, that the 6 episode thing is that's wild. Like that, I know a lot of people.
That's kind of killing Marvel. I'm not gonna lie, man.
It might be hurting them a little bit, but you
Yeah.
know we have Loki season 2 coming up, and it's like that's 6 episodes as well. I'm pretty sure, and
Yep.
that was a banger the first season, and they did
Oh,
the 6 episodes well. But I
I
feel
think
like that one, yeah,
you can only tell certain stories with 6 episodes.
yeah, yeah. I feel like that formula of Loki was different than a lot of the other shows that they've had because it's
Yeah,
like
for sure.
they had they didn't really have a villain, and that's one of my other big questions in for these shows is like because I feel personally that not every show or special presentation or something needs a villain. I don't
No, they
think
don't.
like Miss Marvel to me did not need a villain.
I was just thinking that Miss Marvel did not need a
I
villain.
was having
Some of these
fun.
stories are better off.
Yeah, I was having fun with Miss Marvel until like the whole villain stuff came in, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was cool just like getting
Yeah.
to know this girl and her family, and you know, and just
I
her
1,000%.
becoming cool with her powers and stuff. But I mean, obviously, as a superhero thing, you have to throw in some kind of conflict or complications or something. But I thought that it worked very well with. I thought it could have worked very well without like the whole what do you call them, the clandestines? Yeah, I thought it could have worked without that.
Like, yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. So Loki to me was like it didn't really like the TVA was the villain, and that was good enough. And then you showcase who the actual like big bad is going to be of the saga at the end of it in a very clever way. I thought so.
Oof, that episode, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Anger, bro. Oh my goodness, so good.
Yeah, so I think that Loki's formula was just maybe a little bit different than the others we've been seeing. Because like Secret Invasion to me felt very formulaic to me, like they followed the script that was given to them, and it was like, all right, this is what we're, and then you know,
Because I don't like I don't think Secret Invasion. I feel like it ended after the sixth episode. It shouldn't have ended. Like,
Mm.
so there's six episodes, yeah, but the story should have continued on. It shouldn't have
See,
just okay, yeah, whatever.
that was
The
my
story
big
should have
thing.
continued.
Right,
Yeah,
that was my big thing that I was when I was doing the review with Jam was like I thought that they could have condensed the entirety of that series. They could have condensed that into 3 episodes and then have the last 3 episodes be like the aftermath of, oh, now the secret is out and people are killing people and
right. Yeah,
scrolls. So it's like,
yeah, dude.
now
Those
what do you
last 10
do?
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
those
what I
last 10
was.
minutes of that sixth episode was like, whoa. So
Yeah,
if that was
because
more of the show,
more of the show, because right, because then you have the whole like who's the scroll, who's not, kind of like the
right?
frantic
Yeah,
craze going on, right? But then I think if you were to show that and be like, okay, now how does Nick Fury handle this? How does the world react to this?
exactly.
And showing that for like 3 episodes I thought would have been a dope show. If they just condensed, because some of the things in Secret Invasion, I felt like I didn't need. I
I
didn't
agree.
need like some of this like fluff that they put in there to have it linger for 6 episodes. Like I don't know. Like for example, I necessarily did not need the back and forth for like 3 episodes of Nick Fury and his wife like kind of debating what they want to do. Like I don't know.
And then it just being in the same position from when it started.
When
Like
it
you guys
started, but
be
with
it was
yeah,
yeah. There's no point in that. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, because
I'm
when
glad we got to meet his wife for sure, but
yeah,
they could have put more meat on the bone, man.
yeah,
It was definitely I don't know. It was missing something.
yeah.
And honestly, I think it was just I don't even know that show, man. That one hurt, man. I was so excited for that show, dude. I was so excited.
How
And
do you
it came
feel?
out after Guardian 3, and I'm like, yes, Marvel is back.
Guard,
Man.
how do you feel about Gaia?
Oh my, it's like okay, so she's obviously the most powerful person in the MCU. Is she even gonna come back? Are they even gonna reference her ever again? Like, she has every single Avengers powers. So like,
Yeah.
how would that? I don't know, man. Maybe he's just off somewhere in the universe. Like the
Oh,
way they ended that show was just not satisfying to me.
she went off with Olivia Colman's character. I keep forgetting her name in the show.
Sonya Falter, I think.
Sonya, yeah.
Yeah,
She went off with Sonya. Like my thoughts was like they're kind of the new Nick Fury Talos on Earth now.
yeah,
But
okay,
she's
yeah.
just a super scroll kind of. Yeah.
And that's the thing, because it's like if we have any issue, just call her because she should be able to handle anything.
I feel like they're gonna do something with her powers, like they're gonna be like it was only strong for like that amount of time and then it's kind of like watered down now or something like that.
They could have they could have waited with they could have kept the Super Scroll until Fantastic Four, honestly. Like the way that they did it, like leading up to it, I thought it was cool, but then when I saw it, I'm like, okay, so what's the point of having Drax's strength if you have the Hulk's strength? What's the point of having anything if you have the Hulk and Captain Marvel? You should be good. You don't need Captain America. You don't need man. Like I don't know.
Uh-huh.
It was just like, oh, let's put Easter eggs. I don't know. I don't really feel like.
It did feel like it was like they were kind of in the creative room thinking that was gonna be like, oh,
Yeah,
we're gonna give them Avengers powers and they're gonna eat that up kind of thing.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's crazy. They're the first ever Marvel Studios project to have rotten scores on both critics and audience. That's rough. That's rough.
Dude, yeah, and Love and Thunder came out last year. That's real. Yeah, and I thought like the way people talked about Love and Thunder, I thought that was going to be like the worst MCU project, but it seemed like Secret Invasion is. And I think it's just because it's called Secret Invasion.
That's where I'm at with it too. I think it might literally be just because the title and putting it out there is like this is the crossover event, Secret Invasion. I feel like that kind
Just kept it called. They had it. It was when they announced it, it was just a Nick Fury show. They should have just kept it as that Nick
Like a
Fury,
Nick Fury show. Fury. That's a lot of people been saying, like, Fury, just keep it Fury. But then what if, yeah. And then, I mean, people would say that, calling it Fury wouldn't have been like a attention drawer. Like, people wouldn't have, like, but I feel like you're the MCU. Like, you come out with a show with Fury.
People are going to watch it, man.
People will flock to, especially if it's good, like, especially if it's solid,
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of like Loki. I feel like before Loki, like, I wasn't going into Loki thinking like this is going to be the craziest thing ever.
I didn't expect anything from Loki.
Exactly.
I didn't expect that to be my favorite. That's in my top 3 like favorite projects. I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, nah, because when they announced it, it was like, oh, Loki show, that's interesting, but
yeah, it's
we didn't really think it. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, man. Any more thoughts on Secret Invasion? On what? Because a lot of people also are saying it's not a finished story. Like, we're gonna continue that into Captain Marvel, and then we're gonna get Armor Wars with James Rhodey and stuff. How do we? He said
that. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh my goodness.
Didn't like the reveal.
I like the reveal. They could have handled it better. Just saying that he was a Skrull since Civil War. So he has no recollection of Thanos, the Blip. He doesn't even know that Tony's dead. Is that what you're saying? Like,
that's what they're saying. I think
they did that as an excuse to give him some sort of character development in Armor Wars. Now that it's going to be.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard to go back over those movies and be like, you're telling me this is a Skrull right here. Yeah,
like he has some pretty emotional moments in everything that he was in with Sam and Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Right.
And I think another issue I had with that is like, they didn't set anything up. You're writing the show for 3-4 years. Like, he was in plenty projects. Have him act a bit funny in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, why is Rhodes acting like that?
Right.
And when Secret Invasion comes out, it's
now he's acting funny.
Like, they didn't do that. It just he's a Skrull, and it feels like they did it because everybody was saying he should be a Skrull because it was just the easiest person to be a
Skrull. I share some of that with you for sure. It's tough because, like going back, I think that one of my other issues is that they created a whole nother character out of it. So that's what I was saying to Jim is like so now that we know that was actually a Skrull, and then you just killed her off. Like her name was, I forget what her name was, but you killed that Skrull off in Secret Invasion. But we don't even know much about this Skrull that you say has been there since Civil War. So like this Skrull has been there for a ton of big time moments, but like we don't even know much about that person or like that Skrull, and we will never get to because she's just dead now. So it's like you created a whole person for however many movies, and that person's gone now, part of some huge moments. And it's like, okay, that was a whole other character that we never even got to know about, really. That was one of my issues looking back on it.
I think we saw her in Skrull form 2-3 times in Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
They didn't even like talk to her in Skrull form. Like it's
So
they could have handled it better. I like the idea of him being a Skrull. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, not mad at that. Yeah, because it's like, okay, so how did this Skrull actually feel? Like I always wanted to know, like, how did Skrull like actually feel? How did they handle that? Like actually being a Skrull undercover, being Rhodey.
Actually having did they grow actual attachments? To
exactly. Because then by showing that, you show how deep undercover they go. You know what I'm saying? Like you get to show they really become these people. And
definitely. I agree. Secret Invasion, I wanted so much more from it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did, man. A lot of people did. It is what it is. Yeah, man. But I wanted to bounce into. Well, first of all, before we move on, actually, go ahead. Guardians of the Galaxy, because we haven't talked about it. We haven't talked about Guardians, and I know you were a fan of that one. I'm
a big fan. That's how you that's how you send off a trilogy with characters that people love, man. That
Yeah,
movie was so good. Like,
yeah.
oh my, and having one of the biggest. I mean, Rocket was probably one of the biggest assholes in the MCU, but like just having like you actually care for him. Like, oh my, watching that movie, and I'm like, I remember going to see that the first time with my girlfriend, and I legit verbally screamed out loud. I was like, it's the first 15 minutes. Like, I legit screamed it out loud. That movie was just every aspect. It was funny. It was emotional.
Yeah,
It was serious. Every single character had a good arc. Like, oh
yeah.
my, I really enjoyed that movie.
He knows how to handle his characters. I feel like James Gunn definitely knows how to handle his characters, especially like a cast of them like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, which rightfully so has people excited for what he can do in the DCU. You know.
Man,
So,
I'm so excited for the new Superman movie. I know I'm a big Marvel person.
yeah,
I like DC, but I'm more of a Marvel person. But
yeah.
the more and more I hear about that Superman legacy, I'm so excited for that movie.
Right. Did you go see Blue Beetle?
Not yet,
Not
no,
yet.
not yet.
Got you.
I've heard good things though.
Yeah, I watched it. I thought it was pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Excited to see more of Blue Beetle if we get more of them. So I'm definitely down for that.
I was excited the fact that they actually made a Blue Beetle movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so yeah, I thought. I mean, I've gave a lot of my thoughts on Guardians already, but yeah, I thought it was a really solid ending to the trilogy, like you said. Um, I think he basically covered everything, man. Like he put a lot of heart into it. You can definitely tell like the care given, and
yeah.
he connects with a lot of those characters. Like he connects with Rocket a lot. And I remember him saying like on Twitter, like he connects with that character like heavy,
I remember that quote.
real heavy. So you could definitely tell that in the movie. Yeah, Rocket's that dude, man, and everybody
Rocket.
everybody lived. Are you surprised that everybody lived?
I was very pleasantly surprised because I didn't want anybody to die.
Didn't want nobody to
I went
die.
in and I'm like, be Drax or something.
Yeah.
But I'm very pleasantly surprised that nobody died. It was one of those things where it's okay. Some of them we probably just might not see him ever again.
Yeah.
But I was very pleasantly surprised that everybody died for sure.
So we got the new team, the new Guardians team at the end there.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Groot's like a huge monster.
I wonder how long it's gonna last because once Adam Warlock realizes how powerful he is, he won't need a team anymore. But I like and also Phyla Vell too, her being Quasar. But that team is I like the team so much just for the fact that Rocket is finally the captain of his
the captain. Team. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
got you.
King Groot. Yeah, for sure. I hope we see them again. Like we better.
No, for sure. I hope so too, man. And then we also got Star-Lord going back to see his was it his father?
His grandfather. Yeah.
His grandfather. Yeah. And that was a cool moment. And then we got the whole Star-Lord will return. So
right, yeah.
And
James Gunn was talking about the legendary Star. I would love
the legendary Star-Lord. Yeah.
You don't even got to be a movie. That could be something that's a 6-episode miniseries. Like that would be perfect as a 6-episode miniseries.
Okay.
But I hope to see something. I hope to see them two collab again.
Yeah. So what do you think is? What do you think is next for Star-Lord?
I mean, I guess the easy answer will be Secret Wars, but I'm not sure. I don't know if we'll see him before that. Like, I know wherever we see him, he won't have a huge role, just because I feel like his character development is kind of gone as far as unless we see him like on Earth or whatever. But like as far as like teaming up with the Avengers and stuff, I think it would just be that just
kind of team up stuff.
Like Rocket will call him up or something like for a battle.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll have any like major roles unless he gets his own solo project. But.
Okay. Got you. All right. Yeah, man, that was that on Guardians. I guess let's talk about like the state of the MCU. I first want to go by like just like these TV shows, these TV series, and I wanted to point out because Ahsoka is coming out this week. and
Yeah.
I'm super excited about that. That's my girl. It's my favorite Star Wars character. Um,
Really?
yeah, Rebels was a big, well, from Clone Wars, the TV show first, and then I wanted so much more of that. I started watching Rebels, and like I fell in love with that cast of characters too. And so I'm so excited to see what I've been seeing from the reviews is that it's literally like Rebels sequel. And
Oh,
so
cool.
if you love Rebels, if you rock with Rebels, you're gonna love this. So I'm very looking forward to that. Very excited for that. But I think the big thing is they're doing the 2 episodes and they're dropping it at 9 p.m. I think that's a huge move because like if we can get more of that, because that's been one of my biggest complaints with these shows coming out in the first place is like you're dropping them at 3 a.m. in the morning, so
Yeah.
everybody's watching them at different times, and then if it's already like past the, because some people are like, all right, like the hype is like already there. You may come off work and like everybody's done watched it and everything like that, and then you may not be as excited to watch it as you were like if you were to watch it with everybody. Like my
Right.
example was like Game of Thrones, on HBO. When Game of Thrones came on at 9 p.m., the whole world on Sunday night was watching Game of Thrones, and like that was it. So I feel like you could literally help yourself and help your numbers by just like dropping them at 9.
Yeah.
Nine,
Drop it
nine.
all at one respective time, a good
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So it's 9 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Western. Like I think everybody would be okay with that. That feels
Yeah,
good
for
to
sure.
me.
Yeah, and I have that issue too. Like we are both in the same, time zone. So
Yeah,
I can't watch something until I get off work the next day.
yeah.
Like, and then
And you
by that
gotta,
time,
yeah,
I got to be off the internet,
you
like
gotta
all this.
avoid, yeah, you gotta avoid everything.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. I think they should follow that format
for
with
sure,
everything they release, weekly episodes, everything.
for sure. I think so too. Like I feel like it's such an easy. Like, I want to know like what's stopping them. I really want to know like the
Dude, yeah,
logic. Like if I could get to the
dude.
bottom of that, I need to like know like why. What is the reason they don't drop them at 9 p.m. Eastern, and why you have everybody on the East Coast waiting till 3 a.m. in the morning, which I think affects how you would even view a show, especially if it's not as good as you want it to be. Like you kind of hurting yourself because we don't stayed up for it. You know what I'm saying? Like we stayed up, we
Right.
tired, we're cranky already. So
Yeah,
like if you
and it's like, oh
you
yeah,
mess around and give us an average show, we're gonna be like, all right, and we're gonna extra hate on it. So
yeah,
I was like, you kind of
for
shoot
sure.
yourself in the foot there. So yeah, I think that's a big. I just wanted to note that because hopefully Disney Plus and the MCU can kind of follow suit and try to release things at 9 p.m. That would be amazing.
Yeah, man. I agree. I mean, because like when you look at like when WandaVision was coming out and when Loki was coming out, it's like the community on Twitter when everybody was watching it all at the same
Yeah,
time, like it
yeah,
just made that stuff even better, like just having that community. So I definitely agree.
right. Yeah, I for sure, for sure. So I kind of that leads me to my next couple questions for you. It's just like the overall state of the MCU. Like, what in your mind do you think the MCU needs? Like, if you could make, like, my question I have is like, if you could make up what happens next in the MCU, like, scratch everything that's like planned right now. Say they don't have nothing planned, and you could just like come up with the next couple things, next couple projects. Like,
Ooh,
like, what direction would you go?
dude, man. Okay, so we kind of touched on this a little bit, and I talked to my dad about this before too, but I think they should like nothing planned, just more comic accurate universe. If they have like nothing planned, but they have the status that the MCU has, they're owned
Yeah,
by Disney. All that.
yeah,
I say go with them being as mainstream as they are. People are gonna go see the movies. We know that. People are gonna watch the shows. We know that. I say go a more comic accurate universe. Focus.
comic accurate to which universe? I know people were saying it's like 616, but then the Ultimates universe as well is like. Which one are
And
you?
okay, so and that's the thing. So like I say 616 just to keep it simple
Yeah.
for general audiences because this is a mainstream thing.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of do what do what they're doing over at DC. Kind of have like some elseworld what if stuff going on to tell different stories for a different
Uh,
demographic. Like you
uh,
could do the Ultimates because the Ultimates is generally darker and more mature than 616 is. Like
mm-hmm.
you'll see your favorite heroes die in the Ultimates. Like so, I think my opinion is hard reset just because of what is going on with Hollywood right now and the MCU. Like Jonathan Majors and the writers' strike and everything's getting delayed and pushed back.
Hard reset. So
No
like,
soft reset.
okay, hold
People,
on.
okay, so DC did a soft reset,
Yeah.
but people are still confused on what's the DCEU and what's the DCU.
Okay.
I say do a hard reboot, wipe the slate clean, start your MCU with comic accurate X-Men, comic accurate Avengers,
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic Four. You can still do your Spider-Man collabs with Sony,
Yeah.
but I think they just have so much baggage going on right now, and like even if Jonathan Majors is not guilty, people are still gonna have their opinions on Jonathan Majors. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
even people are still gonna have their opinions on Marvel's VFX because they are overworking the shit out of them. Like
Uh
even though
huh.
they fired what's her name, Victoria Alonso.
Uh huh.
There's just so much baggage going on. Like, and then what's his name? The CEO of Disney. What he said
Yeah.
about the writer's strike.
Bob. Yeah.
Bob Iger. Yeah, what he said. Like, dude, very, 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 very poor choice of words, bro. That was not smart.
All
But
right.
there's just so much. I just think they just should. I say hard,
Damn.
capital ARD, hard reset.
Damn. That's
But
tough.
that's just me as a Marvel Comics fan. That's what I think.
Damn.
Just start with your younger cast because people are
So
still there's still the baggage of
so you're saying wipe everybody though, like so like the shows that just recently came out, like those characters. Are you saying restart with those actors and those characters, or you just brand new actors in
keep keep
general?
keep the actors. I with the like the care like I think there is a better way to do the special presentations. I don't think they should do the 6 episode shows
Yeah.
introducing characters. So like
Mm-hmm.
Miss Marvel give her a special presentation. She-Hulk give her a special presentation. No, honestly, She-Hulk, she needs a movie. She needs the budget of a movie because that whole VFX thing. But
Yeah.
I just think that they're gonna start going down the road of the DCEU where people are just the last few things are bad, so people are gonna be expecting bad things.
Mm.
Instead of just because I know with Secret Wars they're gonna probably more than likely reboot anyways. But
Right. So
what's
we
the
saw
point?
that tweet. So we saw the
Yeah,
tweet with "Can we
what's the
get
point
toast?"
what's the point of having the Fantastic Four and the X-Men for 2-3 years and then rebooting? Like I just don't see the point of that. But that's just me.
So yeah, they said Avengers: Secret Wars is very likely setting up a soft reboot to the entire MCU, kind of like what the Flash did with the DCU. It'll be a send off for not only the entirety of the Fox universe, but the MCU that we've all grown to love in the aftermath of, I forget what else they said. Hold on. I can read a part of it. In the aftermath. Oh, in the aftermath will be an all new, all different MCU. So I feel like even if they show off the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, you don't think do you think if they do a soft reboot, they'll get like a whole different Fantastic Four, or you think they'll keep this? I think they'll keep this Fantastic Four.
I think this Fantastic Four will be the main team going forward.
Yeah, like this
Like how
will
it
be
was
the
the
team that
Avengers.
stays. Yeah.
Yeah, this will be the team. Yeah, I think that's why they're working so hard on getting them cast.
Yeah, yeah, because
I think the Fantastic Four is going to be like their Avengers for the next saga or whatever. It's going to be more focused on them than
that, and then kind of filling out the whole mutants and stuff like that.
that too. Yeah, because if they start with Avengers again, there's going to be well, he's not Robert Downey Jr. He's not Chris. It's going to be that. So I think they're going to focus more on the Fantastic Four and, go forward.
Got you. All right. Yeah. I think that I'm not upset about a soft reboot. It just depends on how they do it. I think there's a creative way they can do it, especially with the Fantastic Four being like kind of involved in that. I think there's definitely a creative way they can do it. I think they could also just kind of start giving us projects that we don't feel like they need to tie into things to the larger universe. I watched Blue Beetle, right? And the thing I kind of enjoyed about it was that it was its own thing. Like there was no trying to connect it with anything or have him interact with anything DC really. I think the only thing they dropped was like George Lopez said something about Batman being a fascist.
Oh yeah,
so, in the trailer. I think that was like the only thing that was like a little but that's barely a connection. So, because he's in the DC world. So, but I liked how it was very by itself on its own. Even when like the post credits, when you go see it, the post credits is very Blue Beetle. So, I kind of like that. I feel like the MCU could try to like give us some projects that are very by themselves. So, for example, like get like a Ghost Rider thing could be very like by itself, like on its own.
How Werewolf by Night, just separate in its own corner.
In its own corner. I think you could do that with a lot of the whole like supernatural stuff, just how you did with Moon Knight. Like it was kind of in its own thing, and we don't need necessarily for it to be a part of the larger story. But when you do, finally get around to doing that, then you can just bring them in.
I see what you're saying. It's when they rely too heavy on it connecting with the larger universe.
Yeah.
Like, I think in Moon Knight, the only reference to the broader MCU was Tuareg referencing the ancestral plane from Black Panther.
Yeah.
Like tell standalone stories, but if you're building up to something, just plant a seed here or there. We don't need an entire movie to just be so heavily focused on connecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. I definitely agree.
Yeah, that's why I think that's also why I like Moon Knight too. It's like it was very clear early on that like this is its own thing happening, and this is very character driven. Just Oscar Isaac and his personalities, and he got to deal with it. So I definitely enjoy that. But like at the same time, like you like She-Hulk, right? And to me, it felt like we were just hanging out in the MCU, and
She-Hulk was very much. I think She-Hulk was probably the most connected Phase 4 project.
They did a lot of things with that.
1,000%. I think the reason I like She-Hulk, I had a lot of fun with She-Hulk, and She-Hulk came out in a very specific time in my life. So I just have a soft spot for She-Hulk.
Okay, all right, yeah, man. So this
unpopular opinion, I know, but
but that's the point. I think that's the point of these shows. It's not going to hit with everybody, but it's going to hit with some people. Yeah,
exactly.
I say that every time. Like these shows is maybe not meant for everybody, but they like I know a lot of people didn't care for Miss Marvel, but I know a lot of people go hard for Miss Marvel too. I love Miss Marvel, bro. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
But that's also me. Like I just love her character her as a character is MCU fans. So
yes, how'd you not? Yeah, she's literally us. That's great. So I think you could just give us some projects. I mean, like, I'm okay with the reboot, but I think, like, just giving us some projects that would just be certified bangers, in my opinion. Like, like a little bit of fan service, I think, could go some ways. Like, and I know I'm not a person that really is like, do fan service, but, like, we've been missing an angry Hulk for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care how expensive he is to VFX.
You know what I'm saying? Like the World War Hulk thing that we've been hearing about. Like, hey, that's a project. That's a project you might want to like fast track. Like that sounds like something. Yeah, everybody wants to see Hulk go crazy.
like let's be real, like I'm excited for Thunderbolts, but I'd much rather have a World War Hulk. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Thunderbolts is looking better and better. Though. I will say that. I definitely will say that.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
Yeah, hopefully we get some things.
But Marvel, they're also good at like giving you stuff you didn't think you needed. Like
that's true.
I'm very, very excited for Agatha coming
to
Chaos.
Yep.
I would not expect her to get a spin-off, but I'm very excited for that just because I love her character.
Exactly. I had this. I made a video about Echo, right? And which we'll talk about in a second, actually, too. But I feel like my like running theory is that they go hard on the shows that we think we don't care about. Like we think, oh, what do we need Agatha Harkness for? Like she's just a little side character from like Echo. Like nobody like we watched Hawkeye and Echo was cool, but I know everybody's like, do we need a show with this girl? But I feel like they're gonna go so hard on it though, like, just because they know that. Like, how do we spice this up crazy? And they go extra hard on those. I think. So that was for sure. So where do you for sure? Where do you feel? How are you with like the whole comic book movie fatigue thing, superhero fatigue thing? Where are you at with that? I know a lot of people. I know that's a big topic of conversation.
I was agreeing with people, and then Guardians came out, and I'm like, okay, maybe not so much. And then the most comic book movie of all time came out, Across the Spider-Verse, and it's a freaking banger. So I think it is bad comic book movie fatigue, or like people are just tired of the same old thing. Like, this happens, there's a final battle at the end. Do something different.
I think people are tired of the formula. That formula, I think.
It worked the first saga. Come up with something different.
Yeah.
You can do it. Like,
which is what they did in Secret Invasion. I think that's why I also don't like it. Is like they kind of did that same formula with Secret Invasion. Like,
and that's not a show that really needs that. Like,
exactly. And then have like the big superpowered fight at the end, and like we kind of already
where they both have the same skill set. Yeah,
right.
Loves that.
We kind of already got that in WandaVision. They did it, pretty well. So like,
definitely.
We'll see what happens.
I think it's just people are becoming more like, people aren't like really aren't bots anymore. Like, you can't just put something out and expect people to just watch it.
People just
think about stuff.
Like,
Quantumania, like I like Quantumania, but it's a very, very, very simple movie.
Yeah.
A very simple movie. Like But Across the Spider-Verse, like when the twist happens at the end and then it just ends, like, and I'm like, what? Like people want to tell stories in different ways.
Yeah.
Don't just do this happens, and then this happens, and then there's a couple jokes into it.
Yeah, and finale and bang. So
exactly.
I agree, because like, bro, Across the Spider-Verse, I can talk about that movie again and again and again. That movie is so fire.
I saw that movie 3 times.
Same. I saw that 3 times.
I love that movie so much.
That movie's fire, man. Like, they really killed that.
Every character is, oh man.
They killed that. And then, like, even then, like, they had the whole, because, we talk about how messy things are, but even then, they had the whole thing that came out, like, they were working those people, the creators, like, crazy hours, too, right? Like, and they were like, look, this is what has to happen in order to make a good movie like this. It's like, damn, it's, like, hard to be like, don't do that, and then maybe we don't get that kind of quality movie, but, just gonna have to find that fine line, that balance.
I'm somebody that is all for, if it's not ready, push it back. I'll wait 2 years. I don't care. Push it back, because I don't want to see a half-baked movie or whatever. Push it back.
Yep. I think that's what they're doing with Beyond the Spider-Verse, because that's supposed to come out directly a year after Across the Spider-Verse, and that's not about to happen. That's not about to happen.
That movie, oh man, that movie's gonna be so good, bro.
Yeah.
I think those movies are the only reason that Disney hasn't bought Sony out for Spider-Man. Literally,
those movies.
That's the one good thing Sony has going over there.
Oh, man.
Craven looks promising though.
You like Craven? I know some people are like, some people are like, From the trailer, I was like, all right, I can.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't expecting what I saw, so
Okay,
I'll give it a chance for
I'll
sure.
give it a chance. I'll give it a chance. And then you got Madam Web, which that stuff keeps coming out about that.
Yeah, when is that
Um,
even supposed to come out?
I'm not even sure. I'm not sure.
That movie
Um,
got pushed back and moved around so many times.
yeah. What else is coming out? Um, don't they have one more thing that's coming out? Sony live action.
Venom 3.
Venom 3 is another one. I thought they had something
I
else.
know. I thought it was
They
just the Madam Web and the Craven.
is that it? They canceled the Lucha Libre one, right? I think they canceled
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
yeah. With Bad Bunny or whatever his name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they axed that one, which
yeah.
that's fine
Good
with me.
choice.
It's fine with me.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good choice.
Got you. I have another question for you. So, I know this is another thing with just like the culture and the way things are today, with everybody viewing these shows and movies and stuff with the lens of them being like woke, right? Um, that's always a thing that these movies are going to run into, especially when they want to show representation and all that kind of stuff. So I guess these conversations are always kind of tough because they can get dicey, right? But
Yeah.
so I usually stay away from all this stuff. But I guess my question to you is like, do you think when a MCU show, not even just MCU, but like when a show so clearly focuses on some type of like real world parallel like that, or like have that kind of agenda going for itself, do you think that it loses some of its appeal? Is my question. So, like
Okay.
for example, you love She-Hulk. She-Hulk
I was just
definitely,
about to say.
She-Hulk
Yeah.
definitely like was going in on that, and they didn't care, like unapologetically, like
Yeah,
they
for
was
sure.
they was pushing those buttons, and they didn't. They was actually going
1000%.
after them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
Um,
yeah, they're attacking them.
That's
Yeah.
so. Do you think that you know? Because I see the only thing that I see that can be an issue with it is like, okay, so while you're doing that and spending time doing that, could there have been another way to focus on this character's like story or origin or something like that? Like, do you miss out on giving us more of the character? Is my question, or like giving us another like I don't know, another more meaningful scene or something like that. Because like it feels I think that's my only like critique on it. Is like when they do focus on that and it takes up a good chunk of a show, do you miss out on perhaps like if it wasn't in there, are you would you be giving us something else that's like dope about the character? You know what I'm saying? That's the
I got you.
only thing that I'm like I could see where if you were making that argument, I could see where you're coming from. But like, how do you feel about like you know shows like that and obviously there's the agenda. Like, do you think that it loses some appeal while they do focus on that, or do you not care and it's just like that's awesome because it's representation? I know it's kind of a hard question, but yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to word this the right way.
exactly.
Um,
Yeah,
I I'm gonna come out and say this. I'm all for. I love everyone and everything.
yeah,
I'm gonna keep that at that.
yeah,
That will never change. That's the bottom line.
yeah,
But when I'm gonna say that that part of She-Hulk was my least favorite part. Like when you're so heavily beating into our brain that this is what this show is about,
yeah,
I would say yes. But if you do it in a way that is so subtle, then I don't think it will bother people that much.
yeah,
But when it's just blatantly obvious, like
yeah,
I wouldn't say that I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna watch the show because it's just talking about like I'm not
yeah,
that type of person.
yeah. Right, right.
But I would be like, oh yeah, I would much prefer, a different subplot or some more
Yeah,
character
that's
development, for sure.
yeah,
But I I wouldn't say that like, I'm not gonna stop watching something because
Right.
it's blatantly pushing, some agenda or whatever. Because if we're being honest, that's what most stuff is. That no matter what you watch, there's always,
Something.
a bisexual character
Yeah.
or a trans character or somebody's going through. There's always some sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's just how it is nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I'm watching my comic book movies and shows, I would prefer that it wouldn't be so out there, but I'm not gonna stop watching it because I love my comic book stuff.
Yeah.
But I would say I definitely agree with that. She-Hulk. It's good that they're putting that message out there.
Yeah.
But
because I laughed at it. Like I laughed. I was like, oh yeah, they gonna hate this. I was like, they gonna hate this.
That's how I am. That's exactly how I was. Mm-hmm. It didn't bother me, but it's like, would I prefer something else? Yeah, 1,000%. Like, would I prefer some other part of this or something else in the show? 1,000%. But it didn't trigger me at all. Like, I don't, because who cares? Like, because
I think that's how I looked at it too. I was like, okay, so what else could they have done with the She-Hulk character instead of that part? You know what I'm saying?
And they could have done,
and I feel like there's a lot of dope things you could do instead of that. I think that's how some people look at it. Like. There's definitely like you could do a lot with She-Hulk, obviously, and like pick one of those things maybe instead of that. But it's they're going, and Marvel's that's why the MCU is great too. Like they're gonna let you know like this is where we're at, this is where we stand, and Captain America Sam Wilson is going to give you a 15-minute monologue at the end of his series, and you're gonna have to sit there and listen to that shit. Yeah.
But and I also give Marvel their credit. Say what you want about Phase 4, hate Phase 4, I don't care. You got to give Marvel their respect because they did something different every single time.
Every single time. Yep.
Like like you can't fault them for that because they listen, they learn from their mistakes, and now that's why I think, dude, the next 4 or 5 years, Marvel's comeback is gonna be crazy because they learn from their mistakes.
They do, yeah, and I think that's like again, like you said with Phase 4, it has a special place in my heart. Like Phase 4, I mean, I started this whole thing during Phase 4, so like it's a special place in my heart. But like, I think how they were doing these shows and every show was like different. Like Moon Knight is nowhere close to being similar to Miss Marvel, and they came out like 2 months apart. Different sides of the world, just.
Seriously.
Two different heroes doing different tones. Like there's no way Moon Knight fans are sitting there watching Moon Knight and being like, oh, Miss Marvel is meant for me too, because it probably isn't. Like it's just, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's meant for a whole different audience. So but if you're just like a fan of the MCU and you're gonna watch everything and you're gonna enjoy, you're most likely gonna enjoy it. But like somebody that's a Moon Knight fan may see She-Hulk way different.
Yeah, man.
And then they
opinions about She-Hulk, dude.
You've heard what?
I've heard some opinions about She-Hulk. People
what's crazy though? A lot of people like some of the scoopers and stuff have been really especially recently. There's like a recent push of like, if you don't like She-Hulk, something's wrong with you. I've been seeing that a lot on Twitter. Like, you don't like She-Hulk. They were comic accurate and it was actually a really good show kind of thing.
It's just a fun comic book show. That's just how I looked at it.
Yeah. I think
that's why I liked it. I didn't take it serious.
Yeah, you don't need to take it that serious. People have to adjust their not expectations, but just like the way you view some of these shows or any project, really.
Yeah.
Like,
at the end of the day, it's a comic book show and it's made to sell toys. Like, being honest.
Right. Like, but like, I don't go into the She-Hulk show expecting it to blow me away like Guardians of the Galaxy would. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. You two different ways you view them. It's not the same thing. Same world, but it's not the same way you view it. You know?
Right. Some of this stuff isn't meant to be taken as when the main character episode to episode is legit making fun of the show. Like, you're obviously you're not supposed to take the show that serious. Like,
exactly.
Fun, I think they dropped She-Hulk before Wakanda Forever on purpose because I mean, look at how different tonally the movies were.
Exactly.
That's why I think
Exactly.
they just dropped She-Hulk to kind of just warm you up, whatever.
Yeah.
Because Wakanda Forever, that movie was heavy, man.
Heavy.
That movie was
Heavy.
very
Heavy. Yeah, I was in there like my emotions were everywhere.
yeah, man. Seriously.
hmm Got you. So I guess moving on to like more recent news. Thor 5 rumored to be in development at Marvel Studios, man. That is an interesting one because since Thor Love and Thunder, I have been literally asking in some of my videos, like, what do you even do next with this Thor character? Like, where does he even come in to this
Yeah,
saga, this like phase? Like, how do you even bring him in? What do you do with this character? Like, what more is there for this character?
exactly. Yeah.
Um, it's just like outside of bringing him in for Avengers stuff and the team ups, like what more do you do with him? I'm so curious of what they do with him. Like, what does Thor 5 look like? Is that a team up movie? I feel like it might
I,
have to be.
I don't even know, man, because on paper, I feel like Love and Thunder should have been the last Thor movie.
Mm-hmm.
But like just with them having the Mighty Thor, and then like villain wise for Thor, can you go any bigger than Gore? Like that's pretty much his
That's it.
like
Yeah.
that's his most formidable foe. Like you, I would be very surprised if Taika Waititi's name is even attached to Thor 5, man. Like I don't like maybe the
Okay.
way that the direction they took the character is just like literally what do you do now besides he just shows up and helps the Avengers. He's
Yeah.
crazy overpowered. He can't really. I mean, how much more character can he develop? Like, I don't know, man. I really I saw that and I was surprised because Bob Iger literally just said like not every hero needs a movie trilogy, and here goes Thor with some of the most inconsistent movies, and y'all giving him a fifth one. Like, so I don't know, man. I really don't know. I think it's just
uh,
because people like Chris Hemsworth or whatever, but
yeah.
after Thor: Love and Thunder, people aren't going to be crazy super hyped about Thor 5.
It just depends. I think Thor can still grab people. I think because Thor is still a crazy cool character. He's one of my favorite characters. Um, so like I think he still can grab people depending on what story they tell. Um, I think that you, you gotta give Thor, you gotta give him a purpose for sure. Like in the MCU, you gotta give him a purpose where now he's got the little daughter or the little girl, like Gore's daughter,
Yeah,
basically, that he's raising. So he has that, and then you have how else did it end with like Hercules being a thing? So
oh yeah,
yeah, they ended it with
okay, yeah, I forgot
Hercules.
about that. Yeah,
Yeah, so there's definitely something there, but like I guess, and this is the whole issue we were just talking about, like okay, connecting and bringing him back to like what the other superheroes are doing and stuff, because he is also a guy that comes around and he's part of the Avengers and he's there helping Earth's most mightiest heroes. You know what I'm saying? So, um, are you going to take him out of the whole, wherever he's at, and get him back to that, or what is my question? Like, or is he just going to go on this another adventure, with this child and do the Hercules thing? Or I just don't know what the that's one, like I would be kind of lost if I was on that creative team, like where to even take this
I
character.
think I think the best route for them would be if they just want to make a Thor movie, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Just make something kind of standalone,
Mm-hmm.
and then in some way, shape, or form, because I feel that them introducing Hercules is going to be the god on the Avengers now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to have two of them.
Oh.
So just have him and Thor fight, whatever. But that's also the thing because you can't have an entire movie with them two fighting because Hercules isn't a bad guy in the comics.
Right.
There would have to be some point in time where they join forces and fight somebody else, maybe Zeus. Like I don't know, but
Is,
then
is,
I
isn't
think
Zeus isn't Zeus dead? Is Zeus dead though, or no?
no, Zeus in the post-credit scene was talking to Hercules. He basically sends him after Thor. So maybe, okay, what about this? Maybe they go through, they fight whatever. Thor gets through to Hercules, and Hercules sees what a true god is supposed to do, caring for people, saving people instead of what they were doing on Thunder. And then Hercules, post-credit scene, whatever, gets introduced to the Avengers via Thor somehow, some way. I just don't think, like...
But then what do you do with Thor?
He's a stupid, powerful character now, so, like...
Thor?
He's just a deterrent, honestly. Like, and with us having Adam Warlock and Captain Marvel and Photon now, like, we don't really need another crazy powerful character.
And then Sentry, if they actually bring Sentry in too, like Sentry's freaking nuts.
You don't need any of them. Like, so that's.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Secret Wars and stuff. Like, we might need them though. Like, we low key might need them. That's the thing. Like, if it's a whole Kang dynasty that we really got to take out, or if it's some terrible Kang that we got to take out, or even if it's Doom that's actually pulling the strings or something like that, like, we may actually need a couple of them, low key. We'll see. I feel like they don't really know exactly how they want to write Secret Wars. I think they have like a base, but I feel like they don't know how they want to actually connect it all yet.
I think the one thing they have is multiverse and cameos, and then everything else you're like, all right, we got to figure out what it is.
Yeah, I think they have the Doctor Strange angle down, which I know you saw. Did you see the stuff that came? Yeah, I think they have that angle down.
I think he's going to be the next big one to go. Honestly, I think he's going to make the big sacrifice to the next Avengers too. I think he's on that arc. I think so.
He's on the Tony arc. You saying?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I hope not, man.
Especially with his movies, tying in so heavy with the multiverse and everything. I think so.
Yeah, because I know they were saying like he's the one that's a problem in every universe kind of thing. Right. I think they're trying to make him out like that.
Some sort of multiversal issue in everything.
The incursions and stuff. Like if it's actually him that is causing it, it's gonna be crazy. But Doctor Strange is one of my favorites too, man. So
I love, and Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange is really good too. Like what he's done. I really like Doctor Strange. Yeah, man, I definitely agree. I just rewatched. I'm rewatching the MCU in timeline order, and I just watched Doctor Strange a couple of days ago, and I forgot a bit of a movie that.
Solid movie.
Yeah,
solid.
Definitely.
Speaking of favorite heroes, who is your top 5 favorite heroes in Marvel?
In Marvel or the MCU?
Ooh, you can mix it and be like, and kind of just include everything. So Marvel.
All right, because I have a couple comic book ones, but just for the sake of the MCU, Moon Knight.
Yep.
Spider-Man.
Yep. I feel like we have a similar kind of list.
Yeah, I think so too.
At least 3 of them should be probably similar.
After Loki, I think I put Loki in that list.
Ooh,
Loki from the
MCU. Okay.
I think I put Loki in there. Shit, man. I wrote this Marvel. T'Challa Black Panther was. I'm gonna say T'Challa.
That's my Yep.
That's my 5th. Yeah, I don't care if he's not here anymore. I'm still gonna say him. That dude was oof. Yeah. That's so hard, dude, because I feel like I'm forgetting people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love Namor from Wakanda Forever. I love him.
Yeah.
I love all the variants of Kang that we've seen so far, because Jonathan Majors is such a good actor. Like He Who Remains is probably my favorite Kang variant so far. Man, this is so many. If Gore had more screen time, I feel like Gore would be up there.
Yeah, if Gore had screen time, man, he would be looked at as one of the best.
15 more minutes. Oof. The time he did have, oh my goodness, he was menacing for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, there's so many. Marvel has so many good characters.
Yeah. So how about like if you're adding comic books in there? Give me some of
Comic
your
books. Okay,
favorites.
so I think these will be a bit more bizarre. So, have you ever heard of Arachnite?
No.
Okay, bro, listen to this.
Mm.
So, there's a universe where Gamora used the Infinity Gauntlet, and she
Yeah.
like folded two realities on top of each other.
Yeah.
And Arachnite is a mix between Moon Knight and Spider-Man, bro.
Damn.
And it's just such a
That's
badass.
why he's called Arachnite.
Yeah,
Mm.
bro. I have the Funko here. Let me show you the Funko, bro.
Let me see. I mean, those are two of my favorite characters, so I understand
Yeah,
why. Ah,
like,
shit.
are they gonna have a skin form in the new Spider-Man game? Like, definitely Arachnite. Dude, Cyclops from the comics, badass. I hope they translate him well in the MCU.
Mm-hmm. I hear good things about Cyclops in the comics.
Dude, there's so many. There's even more comic book characters, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, right. No, there's tons. There's tons. Now, I'll give you my top
Man.
five characters, just like in general. So, like,
Yeah, go ahead.
so for me, Spider Man is my one, and then the next four are just kind of no order, but Black Panther. So Spider Man, Black Panther, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, and Thor are my top five right there.
Okay.
So like Spider Man is the guy that's like the most relatable superhero kind of thing, and he juggles his life and superhero stuff. He's kind of like the real world stuff with him is what I love about it. And I love how like some of his stuff can be simple too, like just friendly neighborhood Spider Man kind of
Right,
simple.
yeah.
Black Panther, it's obvious. T'Challa's that guy. Black Panther, love that whole Wakanda lore.
Yeah.
Thor, love the whole God thing with Thor. I'm a big Thor person. I just like he's just badass to me. He's just badass. Put it plain and simple.
He's crazy powerful now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Moon Knight, because I love that side of the MCU too, like the kind of mysterious, creepy side. And I also like that he's just like he dives in like the whole supernatural, but he's also just kind of street as well. Like he kind of in both worlds. And Doctor Strange, because he can do every single world as well. Like he's multiversal. He can be on the Avengers. He can be part of the supernatural world. Like he can kind of vibe with every dimension and stuff. Like he's pretty all over the place. He's versatile is the word I'd like for Doctor Strange, and he's definitely that. So those are my top five here superheroes. For sure.
Okay. I can get down with that. Definitely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Did you see that, when Bob Iger and them had that like whole meeting that they released something and the Echo show wasn't on it, and I think there was another show that also wasn't on it that's supposed to come out next year. I think Ironheart, also wasn't on it. So now people were like, is Echo even happening? And that's supposed to be coming out this year.
And they're supposed to be dropping
all at once. Yeah, all 6 episodes, right. So now it's a whole thing of like, will Echo even come out this year? Which sucks because I'm actually looking forward to Echo a lot. I'm looking forward to that format of watching all 6 episodes at once, like the binge model and everything. And then, obviously it's going to have Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio in it. And then just like the things I've been hearing about Echo in general, I'm very excited for it too. So have you heard of like kind of the rumors on Echo at all? On like what they're doing with like her powers and stuff?
Is it going to be like multiversal, some kind of sort of?
She's supposed to have like supernatural powers, like basically.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, she's supposed to have supernatural powers. that basically connect her to her past and her like ancestors and stuff. And it's supposed to come from like tattoos that she has on her body. And they
Yeah,
like
yeah, because she has like a face tattoo.
yeah, and she like manifests powers from her tattoos, but it goes back, it connects back with her ancestors and stuff too, which I think is so hard. I think it's hard. Like
Yeah,
apparently,
that's fine. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, because in Hawkeye, did her dad say something about like a dragon or something, if I'm not mistaken? Or
Did
some
they?
sort of like there was some he was talking to her about being some like it was like a metaphor of being like an animal or something.
Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. I
Yeah,
wonder if he was
it's some sort of
talking like,
metaphor.
I wonder if he was talking for real, for real. Like, oh, you actually got some of
Yeah.
that stuff.
Okay.
That'd be kind
Yeah,
of
I'm
cool.
I'm excited for Echo because it's like I said, it's not a blonde white dude. I'm excited. It's different. I'm
It's
excited.
different. Yeah.
Like I'm excited for Echo because I wasn't expecting it. So,
Yeah. No.
but
Yeah.
I also think it's probably just gonna be a Born Again prequel type deal. Like I don't
Gotcha.
expect it to tie in too crazy, but
Mm,
I expect it to set up Born Again for sure.
gotcha. Yeah. So like more specifically, her power is supposed to be like she's supposed to have enhanced strength from this tattoo that she has on her hands. Uh, one of the other powers, she's supposed to be like manifesting like some kind of shooting weapon from her hands too. I don't know how that's supposed to look, but she's got sharpshooting abilities. And then she's also her third power is supposed to be like I don't know if you know what like Naruto like the Sharingan eye. Like she's
Yep.
supposed to have literally like that. Like she can be able to tell the trajectory of like people and items and stuff. So basically see
Oh
things
hell yeah.
before it happens. Which like that could be really cool if they show that off
Yeah.
in a pretty
Yeah,
clever
that'll be
way.
fire. If they do it the right way, that'll be fire.
Right. So I'm like, look, man, I'm looking forward to that. Like her powers sound really cool, and I'm somebody that has tattoos on myself, so like I like the whole tattoos um, concept of like her tattoos coming from like her past, connecting her with her past and stuff. I'm big on that idea. So it just depends on how well they execute it, but from what I'm hearing about the show, I'm like they could kind of snap off with this lady here, man. They could snap
I
off.
think it's in that same category of like for me at least for as like Covenant Chaos, like something I
Yeah,
didn't think that I actually wanted, but now I'm excited for it. So.
yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, man. Yeah, and then I think the last thing I have for you, man, is just low key season two. Like your hype level on that. 'Cause I know we both seen the trailer. I've only watched the trailer one time, but um, low key season two is on its way, man. It will be here very soon. How we feeling about that?
I so Loki season one was my favorite, probably my favorite. I think my favorite project from Phase Four.
Yeah.
Now I'm very excited for it, but I'm also trying to temper my expectations
Same.
just because what if knock on wood, God forbid, the outcome that we don't want to happen with Jonathan Majors, and then it just completely like I don't know how they're gonna handle that.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that he's in the trailer kind of gave me high hopes. So.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited, but I'm also just trying to temper expectations just because of that situation. Like, if they have the same director and screenwriters from the first season, cool, because I love the first season. But it's just the whole Jonathan Majors situation kind of complicates a lot. And with him being, of course, the big bad of the whole saga, this makes things so much harder. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely excited for it, man. How about you? How you feeling?
I'm yeah, man. I'm excited too. I'm also a little nervous on it because just the state of the MCU. Like because it's in a weird position because everybody really liked Loki, but then I know a lot of people are not super fond of every MCU show that's come out, and then it would suck to be like Loki season one was great and then Loki season two was not good during a time where MCU would love to have a win right now. You know what I'm saying, with the shows at least. So it's if Loki season two is actually really good, that would be such a relief for Marvel, I think. But if it's bad, or if it's just like not it, that's gonna be a hard pill to swallow, I think. And It'd be because if you mess up Loki season 2, which was coming off the backs of one of the best of your shows, if you mess that up, it's not looking good for your MCU shows in general. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
I was just
saying?
about to.
It's
People are
like,
gonna have high hopes already just going into it off rip.
yeah. So going forward, if you mess it up, it's gonna be like, damn, like, we not watching, we not rocking with the MCU shows. I mean, obviously we will, but you might lose a good portion of your audience. That's just like, all right, even this show went bad, then it's like,
Right, yeah.
we not
And if
rocking
people
with these shows.
then it's gonna be, if Loki season 2 isn't well received, Marvel will not be in a good spot, dude. Marvel will not at all. If Loki season 2 is not well received,
That'll be rough.
I'm not expecting the Marvels to go too crazy because for some odd reason people just hate Brie Larson. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I still don't understand what that whole thing is, but for some odd reason people just don't like it.
I don't care enough to really even indulge in it. Like, I don't care enough to even get to the root of like why people don't like her. I don't care. I don't like. I don't even care. Like, I like this. I like her a lot, and I like Teyonah Paris, and I like old girl that's playing Miss Marvel. So Iman Vellani.
Definitely.
So I'm very excited to see that movie, and I think from what I've heard in the trailers and stuff, like them using their powers in tandem and the switch offs and stuff, like that's some superhero shit, man. Like, I want to see.
That looks badass.
Yeah, that's some superhero badassery.
Final battle. Yeah, that looks super badass. I'm excited
For sure. Yeah, man. So that was with Loki. Going back to Loki though, they're introducing to us time slipping from the trailer. Did you saw the trailer? You saw the time slipping, which kind of looks like the glitching from Spider-Verse.
Yeah. That's the first thing I saw.
Yeah,
and it makes sense because I don't Loki season 1. He's not in his universe anymore. He's in a different timeline.
But in the trailer, the guy's like, you're not even supposed to time slip while you're in the TVA because they're outside of time. So like, why is he even time slipping? Yeah. So that's like a whole thing we got to figure out during the show. It's like, why is he even time slipping in the in the TVA? Like, what does that mean? Like, where is he supposed to be on the timeline? I don't know what that means. I think it might be different.
I think it has something to do with the fact that maybe people aren't supposed to. Well, no, because that wouldn't explain why Sylvie and Mobius aren't time slipping. Because I was thinking maybe it's because they escaped the void and people aren't supposed to escape the void.
Escape the void. Maybe. Ooh, that's a good.
That wouldn't explain why those two aren't, because they're not glitching out like that. So.
Well, not this Mobius, because this is a different Mobius. Because he's so we may not know. The other Mobius could be time slipping too, and wherever the original. That's a good point. That's actually they might go with that. Now that you say that, like you made it out of the void, which basically means they threw you in the trash, but then somehow you got out of the trash.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to make it out.
You're not supposed to make it out of that, right? So now you're time slipping because you're like not even supposed to be on a timeline at all, kind of thing.
Exactly,
so that might be it. That could be it right there. That could be it. I like that theory. Because I think a lot of people are trying to be like, it's exactly what the Spider-Verse is. I think some people came out and was like, it's not the same thing apparently, but it's kind of has the same visual effect a little bit.
The same concept.
Same concept. Like, you're not supposed to be where you're at right now, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think Loki is. They're going to be more focused on like timelines rather than alternate universes. So.
Yeah, for sure. So, you got that. Looking forward to Loki for sure. And then so we got Ahsoka this week. Loki's, I think it's Loki after, kind of like right after Ahsoka ends, right? Like that series. Pretty sure. And then it runs.
There's what, 8 episodes of Ahsoka? So I believe so, yeah.
Is it 8 or 6? Is it 8?
I thought it was 8.
I don't know. I know they're releasing the first 2. I'd have to look that up. It might be 8. Might be 8.
But yeah, Ahsoka should lead us right into
Loki, and then
Loki with the Marvels.
Well, if they drop Echo, is it Echo supposed to be after the Marvels?
I think Echo is after the Marvels. Yeah.
Oh.
I think Echo's like the end of November, something like that.
Okay. Gotcha.
But yeah.
All right, cool, man. You have anything else that you would like to say about the state of the MCU, or just any MCU thoughts in general, man, of like where you would like to take it? What do you want to see happen? Anything else like that?
Um, just I I want like what they have been doing this, but just I just want Marvel to just slow down.
Slow down, yeah.
Just really focus on more on quality than quantity, which they
Yeah.
have been doing. But I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Some sort of reboot. I don't think they should wait until Secret Wars to reboot, but
You don't think they
I
should wait
don't.
till Secret Wars to reboot?
I just don't see the. I don't know, man. I just don't see the point of having all this happen. Just like we're introducing like some of the projects that people are most excited for come out the same year. Well, now like a year after,
Yeah.
a year before Secret Wars. Like
Yeah.
Fantastic Four and all that. So I don't know, man. That's just me also wanting just like a super comic accurate universe because I love Marvel comics.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that I would I would like to see them try some other formats, I think, going forward. So like, just maybe try not to do the 6 episode thing. Like WandaVision was like 9 episodes. You know what I'm saying? Like give us maybe like, a 9 episode thing.
Yeah.
Or, what they're trying to do with the Daredevil, like what they're trying to do with Born Again, like it's like a bunch of episodes, like 18.
18, yeah.
Yeah, or give us more special presentations, like what you would think could go into a 6 episode budget, like put it all in one kind of thing. Tell a simple like origin story in one episode, or maybe even like a two-parter, like a two-part. So like it's a 2 episode thing, like kind of how Ahsoka's dropping a 2 episode premiere. Like if you can maybe even do like presentations that way, where it's like a 2-part thing, type of deal.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think just try some other things is all.
I mean, yeah. I mean, because if you look at the budget for some of the shows, like they're not that far off from the movies. Like,
Yeah, I don't feel. Yeah, I feel like
the extra, 20, 30. Like they're not that far off from the movies. So
yeah.
Why not just go away? Like,
Right. I hear you.
no, I wouldn't mind seeing more special presentations, like Werewolf by Night and the Holiday Special. I love both of those. Like just quick, hour and a half, whatever. Like
yeah.
definitely.
Now, I think the hard part with the special presentations is, can you get those actors to be cool with that, of like dropping it just like on Disney Plus or whatever, because you're not in the movies, or you're not it's not a whole show designed around you. It's just a 1-part thing.
Yeah, because they filmed the Holiday Special while they had everybody after filming Guardians 3.
Yeah,
so
Mm-hmm.
that would be the thing.
That's
I mean, I guess if you do that, as your character introductions for your smaller, your Iman Vellani's and your Tatiana Maslany's, the actors that aren't huge movie stars, just my top wish list for a special presentation is Nova, like characters like that. What I mean?
Yep. Yeah. So do you think Ghost Rider is too big for a special presentation?
I think Ghost Rider is perfect for a special presentation.
I think it's perfect for it too.
His movies were okay. Like people didn't really care for the movies, so just do a special presentation.
Right.
I think.
Right. Listen, 3000 in the chat, man. What's up, man? Welcome. We just hanging out, man. We was talking MCU and talked a lot already. Kind of getting close to wrapping this thing up, but we trying to do this every Sunday, man, or at least I'm trying to. All right, so definitely, man. Listen, 3000. If you guys are available Sundays too, I think I can make it. I can bring a few people in here. We can just like chat on Sundays, just hang out. So I'm gonna try to make that a thing. Yeah. Let's see. I don't think I have anything like any lasting things to say just about the MCU. Just looking forward to some of the projects coming out. I think that Yeah, we got to see how they'll do this hard reset or this soft reset, the reboot thing. I think that's the most interesting news so far this for the past couple of days. Like, all right, so they might try to soft reboot this thing, and you think it should just be hard reboot before that even happens. So like what, Deadpool 3, like just hard reboot it right there.
Perfect, dude. Literally perfect. Like, but I think Deadpool 3 is gonna be the send off to like the Fox universe or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I think we're gonna see a version of our X-Men or mutants or whatever via 616 from Deadpool 3. But I mean, I know they probably won't hard reboot, but I'm cool with a soft reboot too. But like I said, I just want some sort of reboot, more comic act. Because, like I said, I think the soft reboot is confusing. A lot of people are gonna die, but the Fantastic Four are gonna survive somehow, some way. Like, I think it's gonna be and like Galactus's origin is he predates the Big Bang. So if there's the start of another universe, there's your Galactus origin story right there. Like, so I think that's kind of the route they're gonna go. So,
what if they like somehow just like left? I said, yeah, I think it's necessary soft reboot. So yeah, even Zen from Listen 3K is like, he thinks a soft reboot is necessary. I think they could do it in a really clever way. Obviously, I think they have the pieces to do it in a clever way. Like especially with the Fantastic Four, where like maybe you just start. What if you just start focusing on a different universe altogether? Like somehow, like you're just like, all right, Fantastic Four is not even actually from the MCU that we've been knowing about, and we're actually gonna start following them in their universe, kind of thing. Like I don't know. Like,
I like that. Yeah,
could be some. I think they could do something clever with it, though.
No, for sure.
He said.
I like that.
He said, "I think it will have something to do with the timelines being condensed after Secret Wars. Also, seen rumors of 2 universes running at the same time." But I don't know about that. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be incursions based for sure. Something with an incursion is gonna happen, and yeah.
There's rumors we're supposed to see an incursion in the Marvels.
Right. Yeah, there was one a long time ago, but I feel like they haven't really said anything about it, or nobody's really said much about it recently. But that was like the rumor like a long time ago, that like halfway through this movie or like a third through this movie, we're supposed to like feel this incursion happening or something like that. And like the movie comes to a halt and like it's a big thing they have to deal with. But that doesn't feel like, based on the trailers and stuff, it doesn't feel like that's there anymore, you know? Maybe that was something that was on the table at one point, but it doesn't feel like that's what's happening. Which I would love for it to be. Like, I would love for that to be like the jumping point to like, okay, this is how this stuff starts, or this is when this stuff starts, and now everybody's that's involved has to, deal with it. Because
I agree. I think that would be like you said, like, because from this point, or like, from phase 4 to this point, people were kind of like, well, what are we building towards?
Yeah.
But if you just halfway through a movie, just have an incursion happen.
Yeah.
Now everybody has to focus on this huge problem, or you're all gonna die. Like,
right. I think it also goes along with what you were saying earlier with how just like give us something different in a superhero movie. You know, like because the Marvels could honestly just go like, we get the 3 ladies, they're trying to figure out their powers, they're switching, they have a bad guy, they beat the bad guy at the end. It could be that way. You know what I'm saying?
Powers
together, yeah, and it could be that and then be the end, but like a cool way to be like, this is what you think is happening, and then bam, incursion, and like that just lights up the whole universe. That'd be kind of crazy.
They're in the middle of a battle, and then literally, and then, they Captain Marvel, she sees a variant of herself fly through, and they're like literally just halfway through the movie, just unexpected. Yeah, like, just a crazy needle drop.
If they're keeping that under wraps somehow, and like we just don't know about that still, and that's actually in there, that would be impressive. I feel like people would be talking about that.
They, after Wakanda Forever, what they did when Dr. Doom was obviously in that movie, but they took him out. I don't really keep anything. That's honestly, man.
Keep anything, right? That's why I'm like kind of
the fact that got out. Like, he was obviously supposed to. I think like the character that they reference, like the professor or whatever, he was supposed to be that character. But
Oh, you think
I definitely
that?
think Doctor Doom. I definitely think Doctor Doom was in that movie, and then the rumors got to him and they took it out. Like even if you look at like the call list for the reshoot, it literally describes somebody that's like white male, black hair, middle age, like
Uh,
medium build, like literally a Doctor Doom. Like there's what 3 white people in Wakanda forever. Like, like yeah, I do think he was in that movie. I think he had something to do with that whole like ship mining the vibranium. I think he was probably funding that, but
mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah, we're gonna have to see. Because I feel like if that incursion was gonna happen in this movie, I feel like we would be talking about it. Because I feel like that would be out. Like all the scoopers would be like, "Yeah, this is what's happening." Because scoopers don't care these days. Scoopers don't give a damn. Like they're just like,
exactly.
"Yeah, this is what's happening."
There's just such a long chain of command. Like when you write your script and you pass it down, it goes through so many people. That's why stuff gets leaked.
Mm-hmm.
So like, there's got to be one person that's like, that doesn't give a shit.
Right. This is funny concept. It's funny the concept art that leaked had him with someone that looked like Gravik. Wait, who had?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
What are you talking about? Wait, what are you talking about?
There was
Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom. Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Accurate, like yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was on that train heavy, dude. I swore up and down he was in that movie.
So when do you think we get Dr. Doom? Do you think they wait till after all this is over, or do you think he actually comes in towards the end of all this and is a player?
I say we wait.
You say wait until after Secret Wars, and then put him in there.
The fact that Kang is probably going to be the Secret Wars part, like antagonist. Don't bring in Dr. Doom last minute to make him the actual antagonist of Secret Wars like he is in the comics.
Yeah,
like just for what you're doing. Dr. Doom, like he needs heavy focus on.
He needs time.
Story. Dr. Doom is a fan favorite. Like, you can't just bring him in.
That's true. That's true. He needs some time.
Oh, let me get my charger.
Oh, you about to exit out on us. But yeah, I would definitely, I don't know, see the thing, how much time will you have to flesh him out or make people care. It's Secret Wars. It's already a lot of characters that I agree, man. I think you're right on that, because Secret Wars is just going to be it's going to focus on so many characters. I was so with it too, like as they were building out Phase 4. I'm like, okay, they giving us all these characters. Like we can Moon Knight over here, Miss Marvel over here. We gonna get Nova down the line. We gonna get Ghost Rider. We got the supernatural side. Everybody's gonna come up for this Secret Wars thing. And I was like, I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of characters. Someone said it'd been like 10 projects since we seen Cap. Damn, 10 projects since we've seen. 10 projects since we've seen Sam Wilson, Captain America. Whoa. 10 Falcon Winter Soldier was the second project. So we had seen Loki, Hawkeye. We had seen every other show, basically every other show. So how many shows are there? Because that was the second show that came out. So however many other shows, I guess minus one. And then the movies that's come out, probably around 10. Probably around 10. I mean, we had Multiverse of Madness, Wakanda Forever, Quantumania, Thor: Love and Thunder. Definitely 10. It's definitely been probably more. Guardians just had Secret Invasion. It's definitely been 10 or so since the last time we've seen our Captain America, Sam Wilson. That's crazy. And we're supposed to connect with that character. That is wild. we're supposed to connect heavy with that character. That's our guy. That's Cap. But they're trying to show focus to all these other characters too. They got a lot on their plate. I don't know how they're gonna wrap it all up, or how they're gonna make us care like we did before. There's just too many characters to care about. We need team ups, yeah, because people aren't attached to the new leaders like they should be. Yeah, they need to start. The team up movies need to start happening, or team up projects, however they want to do it. I think they got to be really selective with the people that are just like that they don't do the team ups with. They got to be pretty selective with it. So I think, I was saying before, give us a Ghost Rider thing. Like a Nova thing is fine. I think that Marvel kind of needs an angry Hulk back somehow. If you want to show the Planet Hulk stuff, the Planet like an angry Hulk would be kind of what a lot of people would love to see. I think. Be selective with the characters. They gotta be like prime characters, I think. But yeah, because it's like it's gonna be hard to like showcase Secret Invasion, or I keep saying Secret Invasion, Secret Wars, and have us care about Kate Bishop, like, or Yelena in this whole thing. Even though we like those characters, but it's gonna be like, do we care about them when they're showing all of these people? It's tough spot, man. I don't know. I don't want to be the ones making decisions with what they're doing, for sure. Let me see if I can bring him back. You are back. What's up, man?
What's good?
The phone died?
My phone died. Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
I said that, my phone died.
Yeah. You're good. Yeah, I was just talking to Zen about just like how they have so much on their plate and kind of what they need to focus on, like less or more team ups and less like individual stuff now, because especially with this build up to Secret Wars, it's like we have so many characters. It's gonna be hard to be like, we care about Kate Bishop while all this is happening. Like, we care about this person.
Seriously.
And then he was saying it's been like more than 10 projects since we've seen Sam Wilson, Captain America Sam Wilson. And then I had to think about it, and it actually has been. Like, if you just think about it, it's been more than 10 projects, bro. Because think about it, that is the second show that came out.
Yeah.
So if you think of all the shows that came out after that, that's a good amount, plus the movie. So you're thinking about Thor: Love and Thunder, Guardians, Wakanda Forever. What other movies that came out?
That's 7 series, 2 special presentations.
2 specials, yeah.
How many movies were in Phase 4? I think there was 7.
7?
That came out. Black Widow was the first movie to come out in Phase 4, and that came out after Falcon and Winter Soldier.
That came out after? Was WandaVision the first thing that happened in Phase 4?
WandaVision was the first thing. Yeah.
And then Falcon and Winter Soldier.
And Falcon and Winter Soldier.
And then you're saying Black Widow came out.
WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Black Widow, Loki.
Yeah.
What If?
Thor: Love and Thunder.
What came out? Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm trying to think, because there was 7 movies in Phase 4. So
wow.
Eternals.
No
Way Home.
Oh my God.
It's probably been more than 15, honestly. Shit.
Oh my God.
It's been it's been a lot.
And that's our guy, and he's a leader. Like, he's a leader of Avengers. Like, bro, like, we gotta get to that.
Yeah, like,
we gotta get to that. We're not gonna see. You're telling me we're not gonna see him till Cap 5, right? Like, he's not gonna show up in anything else until Cap 5. That's a long time to be like, and give us all these characters that are gonna be a part of this thing too. But we supposed to really connect with him too. That's just a lot to juggle, man. That's a lot to juggle.
I mean, we don't even have a clear view on who the Avengers are right now.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Like, who's even the Avengers?
That's
who's
true.
The leader? Like, we have no idea.
But I just caught myself too. Like, if you think about back in the day, obviously we weren't getting these amount of shows. So like what was the time like between like Captain America 1 and Captain America 2? Like Winter Soldier. Like the time difference between.
There was
how many
3 years.
3 years?
3 years plus an Avengers movie.
Right. So So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, there was a bit of a
it's
gap.
a bit of a gap, right? But
Yeah.
like now we got Captain America Winter Soldier, and then we're just getting so many projects in between. But then
It's
we're
like
gonna
you
get
almost
Cap
forget that
5.
these characters are even.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just interesting, but they have a lot to juggle. I think that's the hard part.
and I
So
think
we,
that's where they kind of shot themselves in the foot introducing so many main characters.
yeah,
Like whether you like it or like the show or not, Miss Marvel is a main character. She-Hulk is a main character.
yeah, that's
These are
true.
big characters in the comics.
In the comics, right? Huge,
Yeah, not just side characters. So
right?
there's definitely something that
And you're gonna give us more
they're
big
gonna have to condense
characters
it.
with mutants and Fantastic Four and stuff like
Exactly,
that.
yeah, and
Whew, it's tough.
arguably the bigger those are the biggest characters.
Deadpool.
Yeah, like that's when there's so many main players. Like,
Yeah. As Zen said, we need mad cameos. At least he getting his own movie though. Cap 5, yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I know people are weird about cameos, but I'm like, hey, if you need to
Give
get
me
a
all the
cameo,
cameos.
you know what I'm saying? If you need to
Give me all. The cameos,
if you need to get a cameo in there just so we can at least see the damn character, then
right,
then just do it. You know?
Right. That's why like Secret Wars. Like, I'm more sure than I'm not sure that Secret Wars is gonna have Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Hugh Jackman, and Robert Downey Jr. all in the same movie.
All the scoopers are like, for sure that's happening. Like I haven't seen a scooper say that's not happening. Like all of them are like dead 100% sure. Like that's happening.
You can't do Secret Wars and like. Especially having No Way Home be as successful for what they did. Like, you have to.
You got it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Then said, yeah, it's a lot to go. I don't know. Why don't we open this more? I said, yeah, it's a lot going on, and they still not done with. We still got Ironheart, Wonder Man, Agatha. All these are still coming as far as shows, and these are all different characters that they want us to start loving, right? And apparently may or may not play a role in Secret Wars. So we'll see. I think that's why they slowed down. I feel like I think of their original plan, they was gonna give us a ton of people. Like I think they were gonna give us Nova, they were gonna give us Ghost Rider, they were gonna give us everybody. And just have it all out there.
Gearing up, like so introduce all these people so when Secret Wars happens, it's not a question when they just appear. Like right. I do think you're right.
But now they're battling this whole thing of do we care about these characters? Because now I think that's what a lot of the audience is showing to Marvel is like some of these are hits, some of them are not. But like as a whole, can we care about each individual character enough in this huge story that you're trying to tell? Right. Like Secret Wars has to be. It's kind of a curse, man. Like Secret Wars it has to be a huge story, but like it's just hard to do live action, man. It's gotta be so hard to do live action to have us care about these characters in this whole movie or event that they're trying to show. It's hard. I wouldn't want to be them trying to make this happen at all.
Yeah, because I mean, you have to like tend to so many different fans. Like,
yeah,
man, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, your screen went black on me again.
Oh,
I can hear you though.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
I'll open my.
Got you. Yeah, Zan was saying it might need to be 2 films. I've seen people kind of juggling that idea around too. Like
they definitely need to 2-part that.
They need to shoot 2 films.
You can't do all that in 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
you have to 2-part that.
I still like
they worked with Infinity War and Endgame. Yeah, so.
I still like the idea of it being a whole event. Like you know how like in the comics they'll tell like the event through other people's comic stories too. So like I remember when I read like the disassembled stuff, Avengers Disassembled, and like Spider-Man had a disassembled, Captain America had like part of his comic run was like their version of the disassembled story. I feel like it would be cool if they did something like that with Secret Wars, where like maybe you have a 2-part movie, but then you show like Daredevil's story into it, and you show like all these other characters, their story going into Secret Wars, or like how Secret Wars is affecting them. You know, I feel like that would
Yeah.
be the best way to do it, but
Do
I
like a
don't.
what is it called? Is it anthology? And
Anthology.
yeah, it's like a where you're telling one overarching story,
Yeah.
but you're focusing on each character's point of view of that
Of
story.
that story, yeah. I feel like that's the best way to go about it.
Yeah,
But I don't think
that's
they're
the
gonna do
simplest way
it.
to go about it too. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I feel like everybody would be on board with it too, but
Hey, over here,
is a
bro.
dog acting up?
Bro,
My man just got a new dog acting up.
sorry.
Now you good? Yeah, we need tie-ins on Disney Plus. That the perfect way to use that platform. Yeah, I feel like Disney Plus should be meant for that. Like Disney Plus should be literally created for Secret Wars. That's like the purpose of it. I thought that was what the purpose of the animated division that they made with What If. I thought that was how they were going to do the little tie-ins, like just have it animated and we just convert that to live action. That's what I thought the purpose of that whole thing was. But yeah, I just feel like at some point when the incursions start happening, like everything that goes onto Disney Plus needs to be like a character dealing with the incursions into Secret Wars. I feel like that would be the best route to go. But I don't know if they're like, I haven't seen that idea being floated out there. I feel like we've talked about that before, and I've seen you guys talk about that too, Zan. But I feel like that's not. I haven't seen any kind of insiders talk about that being an option of like showcasing Secret Wars from other people's point of views. It's like giving us a whole.
I just
Like you can make a saga out of it. Like make a whole event out of like literally that event at Secret Wars.
and that's how it was with like Secret Invasion. It's like some of these events are so like these events and like when they're in the comics, they span over like years. Like Secret Invasion was like 5+ years. Like take longer to tell these deeper stories. Like I mean, Secret Wars isn't, as deep as the story of Secret Invasion, but like I definitely agree how you can do, the whole time runs out. Just have, if you're doing the multiverse saga, have phase 6 of the multiverse saga all be on Battle World.
Oh yeah.
Like have it, yeah, I definitely agree. And just everybody's focused, everybody has to deal with a different, deal with it in your own different ways.
Yeah.
So for sure.
I think that'd be the best way to go about it. So yeah, I don't know. It seemed like they got off track. It's missed opportunity for them to not use Disney Plus in that way. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like they definitely. Yeah, I think like I was saying, they had a vision with what they wanted to do with Disney Plus, which is showcase all these new characters. But I think just like the how everything has been received lately, they kind of are like, all right, what do we do now?
Right.
What do we do with the characters? Right. It's like, what do we do now with these characters that we showcase to them? And then what are we doing with the characters that we have in development that we want to showcase, but maybe not going to anymore? Like, I feel like they're scrapping a couple things.
Yeah.
They're gonna scrap a couple things.
If you look at the MCU when it first started, there was what 6-7 main characters.
Exactly, and that's what's hard about it. That's what's hard about this now.
We had the Avengers, and then what? Nick Fury. Like that was it. Those were the main characters,
and that's all you had to care about. And we cared about them.
Yeah,
and then we had stories with them.
We got after that we got the Guardians, which was another 5,
yeah,
and then Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So what? 12 characters altogether.
Yeah.
Hell, they introduced that. Just the Eternals had 10. Just them. Like.
I have a question. I have another weird question. If say Guardians of the Galaxy never happened, and they introduced the Guardians of the Galaxy today, do you think it would go over well as it was back then? Same movies, like 1, 2, and 3, like starting with 1, like today, and they just introduced a whole new cast to us today. Do you think it would go over well, or do you think it was just the timing of when we got that?
Okay, so did like Quantumania and Love and Thunder still come out?
Yeah.
So I think it would be well received for it being like it's the it was so well received because it was that first it took us out into space.
Movie.
Like, we weren't on Earth at all in that entire movie.
Yeah.
I didn't any of those movies until the end of the last one. But I think it still would be well received because even as bizarre as Love and Thunder and Quantumania are, they're not as thought out and fleshed out and cared for as
That's
Guardians.
true. Yeah. No, yeah, I agree.
I think it will still be well received. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it's just like throwing us new characters like that. I think, but yeah, even Zen was saying, yeah, say even the timing did play a big part. I think so too. Is that we were able to take more characters at that point. You know what I'm saying? Because we had this cast that we loved already. I was like, oh, you're giving us some more obscure characters. Let's see how this goes. Right. And then we ended up loving them. We saw the heart that he put into those movies, and it's like, all right, cool. Like we definitely rocking with the Guardian.
And I think that's why people like him so much. Is you can tell he cares for those characters and that's those stories. Like you can tell. Like it's not just they put in a bunch of Easter eggs for trying to make some money. Like that movie. Like if that movie would have made $1 billion, it would deserve $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. So.
It's crazy Thor Love and Thunder made so much. I think everybody still expected it to be really, really damn good.
Yeah. And that's, like I said, I think that goes apart with, people love Chris Hemsworth as Thor, and I'm one of those people. Like, he's just such a good Thor.
I'm the same.
Like, even if that movie wasn't my favorite, like, he's still
fire amazing. Thor. Yeah.
He's funny. Like, he's still a fire Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Zen was asking, did we talk about Ahsoka already? We hit on it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's I'm excited that they're dropping it at 9 p.m. I've been a big please give us 9 p.m. drops, please. I'm excited for some of the reviews that have come out have said it's literally a continuation of, I think the homies from Agents of Fandom have said a lot of this, and it's a continuation of Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, and if you're a fan of that, you will like this show. And I am a big fan of Rebels, so I vibe with those characters. Sabine, what's her name? Hera. That whole gang. I vibe with.
I think the only name I remember is
Ezra.
Is Ezra?
Yeah.
Ezra. Yeah.
Ezra Bridger.
I watched Rebels a little bit on Disney Plus when I was a kid, but I didn't really understand it. It was just a Star Wars show that I was watching.
Yeah.
I liked his lightsaber gun. I always thought that shit was super cool.
Bro, he's to me he's my Luke Skywalker because I got into
He's in the trailer for Ahsoka, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's in the as he comes up on the gadget like a hologram. We haven't seen him yet though, but he's my Luke Skywalker because I didn't grow up on Star Wars like that. And what got me into Star Wars was Star Wars Rebels and Clone Wars, those TV shows. I watched those. Those made me go back and then appreciate, just connecting the movies together. And so Ahsoka's my favorite character, but Ezra is my Luke. Because to me, he's more of a chosen one to me than Luke. So he can just because what he can do is just crazy. He's crazy, man. Talking to the wolves, the Loch wolves and stuff. So he be talking to animals. He's been in the time between time. I think that he's a chosen one. So he's let me see. He said, I watched Rebels for the first time this year, and it's one of the best Star Wars things it's one of the best Star Wars things they've done. You said you watched it when you were little, right, bro? I would rewatch it, man. It's fire. It's so good.
I remember, just catching up, when you're watching your favorite show and then something else comes on, but you normally turn it off. Something that will come on after my favorite show. I would still watch it.
Gotcha.
I still liked it. I always thought, what's his name? I need to get into Star Wars.
Yeah.
I know about the Skywalker saga and stuff, but the purple monkey dude, he just appeared in something live action.
Oh yeah. Damn it. What's his name? Oh fuck. What is his name?
Yeah,
the purple guy. Zeb. Is it Zeb? I think it's Zeb. Yeah, Zeb. He appeared in, what was it? Was it Mandalorian? Mando was one of the camps. Yeah.
It's insane that his CGI was Star Wars and Marvel both come from Disney Studios, but like the CGI on him and that, like I just saw that one clip and I'm like, dude, that looks like real. Like that CGI looks so good.
It looked crisp.
That looks really good. Yeah.
Crisp, yeah, for sure. He said, hope we get Lothal Kanan again too. It would be cool. Yeah, man. R.I.P. Kanan, man. Hopefully we get some kind of mention or some kind of something Kanan in this live action. Jedi. Yes, sir. He's that man's too. That's that boy. He said those last 2 seasons were fire. Yeah, bro. The first season was like, I'm watching, I'm like, okay, I'm getting used to the gang. And then as soon as like Ahsoka gets into the mix and it's like the ending of season 1 into season 2, I'm like, oh, I'm locked in. Rebels, like I was locked in and I just breezed. I need to rewatch it again too because I'd be breezing through shows. So once I get locked in, I'm like, I'm through the show, like within days.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, definitely. Let me see. What's it looking like? What's the name?
Bro, her name is Jubilee.
Jubilee.
Yeah. My girl agreed with Jubilee. I was like, it's either Jubilee or Kamala. Which one? Because she's like super energetic. Girl, and I'm like, okay, so, and she was like, I like Jubilee. So yeah.
Nice. That's fire. That's heat right there. Yeah, I need to go watch some X-Men '97 for sure.
I just finished it for what, probably the 6th, 7th time.
That's 6th, 7th time. See, I haven't finished it once yet. Dang, I need to finish it. No, I haven't finished it once. I've started it a couple times. I haven't like finished it.
I love that show, dude. I watched that once. I watched that show, that and the Spider-Man '90s cartoon. I watch both of those once a year.
And the Spider-Man what?
The '90s Spider-Man.
Cartoon. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I definitely seen that one.
Once a year, man.
Yeah, man, that's fire. He said, yeah, they say his son is in Ahsoka. Would be cool if Ezra trains him. Hell yeah. Kanan's son is in Ahsoka. Ezra trains him. Real full circle moment. That would be fire. I'm here for that. Yeah, Jubilee's fire. That's nice. Yeah, man. Got Ahsoka this Wednesday, or is it Tuesday? I think they're dropping it Tuesday at 9, right? I think it's gonna be Tuesday at 9. Let's see.
Yep, Tuesday. Today's the 20th. Yep.
Yep. Oh man. And I get off at.
I definitely wanna. No, what were you saying?
I was like, I get off work at like 6. That's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna set up and watch it. So hopefully somebody's doing a watch party. I can just join something. Join somebody's watch party. That'd be kind of cool.
I definitely want to get more into Star. I just feel like I'm so far behind on Star Wars. Like there's just.
I do too. Yeah, because I'm fairly new, so like I can't connect the dots like a lot of people can. Right. You know, like how we can do with Marvel, but like. Star Wars is definitely fire, but I can't sit there and be like, something will happen or a cameo or some kind of connection. I won't catch it, like how a Star Wars fan would. Yeah. Zen said that show held up well to me. I've seen someone online try to compare all the X-Men animated shows together. Have y'all seen Wolverine and the X-Men? Oh, that the animated show is pretty good. I've seen it on there, but I haven't watched it yet. Yeah. How's that show go? What are they getting to?
Yeah, I mean, it mainly just focuses on. It's really just focused on Wolverine, and then the X-Men are there sometimes. Honestly.
Okay.
It's just one. I like it though. It's pretty good. It's been a while since I've seen it. Though.
When did that come out? What year was that?
That's like, I think that was before 2010. Honestly.
Oh, so it's fairly. It's in the 2000s. Okay.
Yeah, it's in the 2000s for sure.
Oh. Gotcha. I might.
It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't compare to the OG X-Men show. That show is just, man.
Gotcha. I need to go on a run where I'm just like Disney Plus is the only app I'm opening up and just watching the cartoons. That's what I need to do.
Hulk has a cartoon. Silver Surfer has a cartoon. Like,
yeah, I've seen that up there. Have you seen the? Is it I think the. What is it? The Guardians cartoon. The Guardians cartoon is pretty cool too. I've seen some of that.
I watched that one. So that one was on Disney XD. Mm-hmm. So that, and then there's a show called Avengers Assemble. Those kind of cashed in like after the MCU became mainstream. And
I've seen the Avengers Assemble one. Like that's like the newer one. And then there's Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which is the older one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen both of those.
I like both of those shows.
Yeah, solid. They're a good time. Just something to throw on.
Right, exactly. Yeah, kill some time. Yeah, that's something that you're not watching crazy for the story. It's just a cartoon.
Gotcha, for sure. All right, cool, man. Cool, man. Let's I mean, we've been on this thing 2 hours. 2 hours. I'm like,
It's always a long talk, man.
It's always a long talk. It is, but we got. Hey, man. Next Sunday we'll be back. We'll be back next Sunday. Sure. Talking some more MCU. Whatever news that comes out during the week, we'll probably hit on that. But yeah, man, I appreciate you for coming on with me. You and Jubilee. It's nice having you both. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you having me, man. Seriously.
Yeah, man. Trying to get you back into this thing, man. Because we've been gone for too long.
It's been way too long.
You've been gone for too long, man. Definitely.
I'm settled in, so
hopefully we can get some more of that JMarvelous content for sure.
Yeah, man. I literally just made a content list and everything.
Nice.
I definitely want to start getting back into it, man.
Nice.
It's just like I don't need to be a crazy big YouTuber or nothing. I just like making YouTube videos, man.
Yeah, just put stuff out there. Yeah, for sure.
I just like making YouTube videos.
That's good. That's a good way to approach it, man. Good way to approach it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming on for sure. And then definitely we'll sync back up again, see if we can do this again next week. And Zen, appreciate you hanging out in the chat, man. Appreciate you hanging out in the chat for sure. Always good to see you guys. And yeah, man, super smash that like button if you're listening. Subscribe to the channel, man. And this is Dennis Smith. That's Jalen, aka JMarvelous. Everything else will be in the description below. Socials, Discord, all that kind of stuff. Come follow us, man.
Right. Make sure y'all join the Discord too.
Join the Discord. Yeah, we're gonna be doing some things on Discord. For sure. Yeah, man. So that's it, man. And we'll see you guys in the next episode or the next live session. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Stay blessed.
Stay blessed. Yes, sir.